In the early 2000s, one company controlled the world. It was Nokia. Every ringtone, every text message, every phone in every hand, somehow led back to them. But then, almost overnight, they disappeared. So what happened? How did a company that once ruled the entire mobile industry lose everything? Before smartphones, before apps, before touchscreens, there was Nokia, a company that didn't even start with phones. In fact, Nokia began in 1865 as a paper mill in Finland. Yes, paper, but over time, it evolved. From paper, to rubber, to cables, to electronics, and eventually, into mobile phones. And when Nokia entered the phone industry, it didn't just compete, it dominated. By the early 2000s, Nokia controlled over 40% of the global phone market. Think about that, almost every second phone on Earth was Nokia. Their devices were simple, reliable, and nearly impossible to break. The Nokia 3310 became a legend. People dropped it, threw it, even ran over it, and it still worked. But Nokia's real strength wasn't just hardware. It was trust. People trusted Nokia, and for years, that trust made them unstoppable. But while Nokia was winning the present, someone else was building the future. 2007, a year that changed everything. A man walked onto a stage, wearing a black turtleneck, and introduced a device that would change the world. His name was Steve Jobs, and the product was the iPhone. It wasn't just a phone. It was a computer in your pocket, a touchscreen, internet browsing, apps, something completely different. But Nokia didn't see it that way. To them, it looked weak. No physical keyboard? Too expensive? Battery problems? They believed customers wouldn't switch. They believed they were still ahead. They were wrong. Very wrong. Because while Nokia was protecting what it had, Apple was building what came next. Nokia's biggest problem wasn't hardware. It was software. Their operating system, Symbian, was outdated, slow, and difficult to use. Developers didn't like it. Users found it confusing. Meanwhile, Apple's iOS was smooth, simple, modern, and then came Android, open source, flexible, rapidly improving. Samsung and other companies adopted Android and began moving fast. Very fast. But inside Nokia, things were different. Decisions were slow, leadership was divided, and fear of change was everywhere. Instead of adapting quickly, Nokia hesitated, and in technology, hesitation is deadly. By 2010, the gap was clear. Nokia was losing market share. Fast, customers wanted smartphones, app stores, touchscreens. Nokia tried to respond, but it was too late. In 2011, Nokia made a bold move. They partnered with Microsoft, abandoning their own system to use Windows Phone. It was a gamble, but it didn't work. Developers ignored it, users didn't adopt it, and competitors kept growing. Apple, Samsung, Android, they took over the market, and Nokia kept falling. By 2013, the unthinkable happened. Nokia sold its mobile phone business to Microsoft. The company that once ruled the world was gone. Nokia didn't fail because it was weak. It failed because it didn't adapt. It underestimated change. It ignored innovation. And by the time it reacted, the world had already moved on. In business and in life, success is never permanent. No matter how big you are, you can fall. Nokia is still around today, but it's no longer the giant it once was. Its story is a reminder, a warning, and a lesson. Because in a world that never stops changing, the biggest risk is standing still. What company should we cover next?